Hello my dear Leos, this is your love and spirituality reading for the time between September 1st and September 15, 2017 with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. So I will start shuffling your cards and I call the Divine with love and light, and I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world, and I call the 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit and ether to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Leo viewers. So I want my dear Leos to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest road towards your highest destiny. So 7 of Swords, Queen of Swords. Some of you might be dealing with an air sign that is not very communicative. We see the thingy before the veil here before their mouth, and this 7 of Swords is like communication that's not really grounded in truth, so lies, basically. Someone going undercover, someone maybe spying on you, or someone gathering information. It might be you gathering information about the person that's lying. It might be this also, that you see very clearly on this, but you are not really telling, you just watch it and silently judge, maybe. Okay, so my dear Leos, I also want to take the chance to tell you that the Sun is moving into Virgo on the 22nd of August and will move over to Libra at the 22nd of September. So 6 of Wands, that's you, Leo and Jupiter. We actually have Jupiter in Libra. So it's some kind of victory march for you. It's like you rise above things, very difficult things. You deal with big challenges for what I saw with the Queen of Swords and 7 of Swords. And you kind of rise above. You decide that you are not going to take this, whatever happens, personal, that it's not about you. You decide that you love yourself and you ride high here in victory, holding also your emotions very high. And the dragon symbol is the symbol of the divine. So you know that you are loved by the divine, and you won't kind of back down. But the 6 of Wands is about making win-win situations. So I think you are ready to make win-win situation whenever the other side might be ready to do so as well, when there's no more lies. 6 of Wands is kind of the opposite of 7 of Swords. This is truthful communication, straightforward communication, standing up for what you believe in, telling it to the people from the rooftops, kind of. We also have an Ace of Coins falling. An Ace of Coins is new beginnings, giving people chances, taking chances. There's a portal here waiting for you. And also the lovely 9 of Cups. So 9 of Cups is wishes being granted. It's like you are being rewarded for work well done. So there's a time to make a wish now. It's time to start visioning your future, to dream about your future. If you want a lover, maybe listen to how to attract a lover on YouTube or meet your soulmate. If you want a dream house, maybe the same thing, how to manifest things in your life. Start to do a little bit of work. Start meditating on this. Start to see in front of you what it is that actually would make you happy and fulfill your needs, because it's like, yes, this victory march is going to have some kind of reward for you, Leo. And we have a Queen of Wands has been in the bottom of the deck together with the 5 of Swords. So that's probably you. 5 of Swords is battle. It's victory over others, but not maybe with the cleanest means. Like in the 6 of Wands, it's more like win-win. Going high in glory. 5 of Swords is winning by just depressing others. Queen of Wands is usually Aries, but it's probably talking about you. So it might have been like a rough road to this. Maybe you have to do things in a way that's not coming natural for you, or you had to really battle yourself to this position. Okay, so where were I? Mercury is moving retrograde on the cusp Virgo Leo, ending up in Virgo throughout the month. Also Mars and Venus will transit from Leo to Virgo. Full moon will be in Pisces September 6, and new moon will be on the cusp Virgo Libra September 20. Oh, so some of you are using the silent treatment or blocking out something, or just wanted to go away, want to cut it away, want to not think of it, want to not talk about it. So some of you will obviously deal with the Libra, since Queen of Swords and Four of Swords is Libra. You can see the sign for Libra there. And Seven of Coins is like waiting for something. It's like you have been working on a project for very long. This is a farmer, and she has made this crop like to full grown, but the trees are still left here. We can see a lot of potential for riches, but there's actually no fruits here. So she's waiting to fill this fruit basket with something, and waiting is the key here. Four of Swords is a card of waiting, but it's more a card of waiting and being depressed. This Seven of Coins, she's not depressed at all. She's rather having a lot of patience. But this person is kind of giving up. It's like they have lost their will to live, or they are depressed, or they just don't have the stamina in themselves to do anything more. So some of you waiting for a Libra might wait in vain, because this person has no power to do anything. It seems very it seems very tormenting. Okay. So okay, where were I? So new moon. We will also have the September equinox on the 22nd, equally long day and night throughout the world. So we see it's going to be a lot on the cusp Virgo Libra. On the 22nd the sun moves from Virgo to Libra. On the 20th we will have the new moon on the cusp Virgo Libra. We will have the September equinox on the 22nd. That's on where the sun is on Virgo Libra. So the big planets, Jupiter moves direct in Libra, Saturn is moving direct in Sagittarius, and all the other big planets are moving retrograde. Pluto in Capricorn, Neptune in Pisces, and Uranus in Aries. So for you Leo, Venus, Mars and Mercury starts off the month in your sign. So all the fast moving planets will be in your sign, creating probably a lot of change and also havoc in your life, especially since Mercury is turning retrograde. It did so on the 14th of August. So where were I? Venus, Mars and retrograde Mercury starts off the month in Leo. Mars and Mercury will move over to Virgo during the period. Mercury moves direct from the 5th of September. So that will be a bliss. Okay, so just tune in for a few seconds here. Okay, so my dear Leos, this is your future, and this is your now, and this is the past. So the past is probably August, but major arcana cards might indicate a bigger amount of time, bigger process, usually take more time. And here we have the now. That will probably be the first half of September 2017. You can watch this reading several times during this period, because this is a forecast rather long into the future. We are just in, it's August 16 when I'm doing this today. And here we have the future. That's probably the second half of September, stretching 3 months into the future. So if you go back and see this several times, you will be more up to speed what's going on. You will have first forecasts, so you will have a little bit of knowledge what's going to happen. And then when you go in, when these things actually happen, you will get even more guidance and see maybe more things, listen, hear more of the messages. And also you can go in later on and sum up, okay, yes, this was what happened, and this was how the divine kind of guided us to do this, and this was how we actually did it, or you actually did it. But I'm talking we, because we are doing this together. It's not is what Eckhart Tolle says, that I don't think it's his from the beginning, his quote, but it's, we are both, I'm the teacher, but I'm also the one being taught or taught in this situation. I'm not apart from you. I'm learning in the same time as do you. Okay, so the first card for Leo is Six of Swords. Six of Swords is what led to the Six of Wands, that you had this victory. You just decided to, well, I can't fight myself anymore, so I'm going like Persephone, going down to the netherworld, marry my shadow. The shadow is all your pushed back longings and needs and everything that you thought were wrong. You just needed to be content with whatever you were given, and the rest needed to be like pushed down, and that became your shadow, the devil. And here Persephone is going with the Hermit. I don't know if you can see the Hermit there. Down in the netherworld, he's like the riverman over the river Styx, the river of death. It's like a little bit of a death when you just capitulate to yourself and say, okay, so I won't fight myself anymore. I will find out who I am, and I will go to the bottom of this. I'm feeling certain things, I'm thinking certain things, and they are bothering me day and night, so I will go out and find out why. What is it that wants to be communicated to me through my mind, like your angel radio, and your heart. That's your, also your, it's more your astronaut radio, talking through the dimensions with your soul and the divine. So it's another way, because it's kind of a two-way communication, while your thoughts might be just going on here like a radio, sometimes being on unstoppable. But when you hear a lot of thoughts in your head, you can feel your feelings. That would usually calm down your thoughts. Your thoughts might be a little bit on the brink of being bad, because they might stress up your system, sending away a lot of noradrenaline and other things to the body, and keeping you on a very high stress level, in anxiety. If you can stay with your body, you ground yourself, and you start to give yourself attention and heal yourself and find self-love. So it's a very beautiful process. So I think the Six of Swords showing that Leo has been on a long voyage to find themselves, together with the Hermit and their daughter Persephone. That's probably some fragile inside of you. And here we have the World. I'm saying fragile, but I mean fragile and brave. Okay, so the World, I've seen this coming with many of the signs I have done up till now. I think both either Gemini, Capricorn and Virgo. So you might be in some kind of cooperation with them. You have finished up a big work with something to get to know yourself. I think Capricorn had Two of Coins and then the World. And maybe Virgo had the World directly. That might be the thing. So you have finished up something. It's something that has come to a big conclusion. You understand a thing or two about yourself, and aligned with yourself. You have a Six that's very harmonious. Capricorn had the Two of Coins. They still struggle with this, that they still want to be so good for other people and try to fix things. They still take a lot of responsibility. I know that Leo takes a lot of responsibility too. But now you have learned to kind of drop the ball on things that's not healthy for you, while Capricorn still needs to do this. So you have a Six, that's harmony, and 21 World, mission complete. So a new mission will begin. And here we have a Page of Swords. Page of Swords might be a part of you that haven't been able to speak. We saw a lot with swords when I shuffle the cards. It might go back to your childhood, where you have gagged yourself for some reason, probably to be loved, or to maybe as a manipulation as well. Some children is keeping their mouth shut to manipulate their parents into doing what they want, sulking for a very long time. Other pages is Page of Swords is anyway, it's like having a vision, having a very clear logic mind, and wanting to share this with the public. And usually when children are like this, very visionary, they are not well received because parent wants to be more wise than their children. So they might say, don't you bother your little brain with this, mommy and daddy will handle this. And that will make this Page of Swords that came with this offering feel abandoned or not good enough, or get some kind of, my words are not to be listened to. So this is what I feel with you, that some of your words hasn't been listened to. It's just that, feeling a little bit orphan, feeling a little bit on the side. And here we have a King of Coins. So King of Coins is usually a Capricorn. It might be Taurus and Virgo as well. It might be indicating a father figure. So for some of you, it might be that earth sign person didn't listen at you enough, or a father figure didn't listen to you enough. And you didn't get the attention from some kind of authority that was there to take care of you. So that might have been tearing things a little bit apart of you, in part inside of you, like loyalty to this one that needs to be there to take care of you so you survive, but loyalty to yourself as well. So which one to side with? When you are a little child, you are so dependent by your by your parents, so you can't go your own way. But I feel a separation between these two, because this Page of Swords, that's probably you, couldn't align totally with your caretakers because they didn't align with you. Okay, so there's some kind of little rift here. The next card is Three of Wands. So Three of Wands is about communication. So there might have been some kind of communication between you and your family. The King of Coins can also be a partner, like a male or female partner in your current life, because some of you can't sort this out with your original family. Because they might not be there for you to sort things out with. Either they have passed away because this happened. Parents are older than us, so they will usually pass away earlier than we, or there might be a bigger rift in the family, so you're not able to communicate. So sometimes we need to use a replacement. So often when we haven't dealt with things in our original family, we will deal with the same problem in our romantic relationship and in our friendship relationship, in our working relationships. So here it seems like you have been able to talk about something of this together with a person of authority, and communication, making a deal, making an agreement, compromising, each one telling their part. And it's also about a ship coming in. It's about travel. The world is also about travel. So it might be that you're going to travel with an earth person, maybe an earth person and a child. It might be an air person involved as well. So travel, or planning for the future, planning ahead, talking things through. So it seems like some kind of plan was made, and it was probably very orchestrated from the divine in some way. Okay. So here is the now, and we have a little Page of Wands. So you now have both the two revolutionary children, Page of Wands, Page of Swords. Page of Swords might be also a sibling to you, or it might be your twin flame. This might be your twin flame. You might be dealing with the Aries, Sagittarius, or another Leo, or Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. So in the child work, sibling work with twin flames, people usually hold one end of the yin and yang. One is sweet and caring, the other one is maybe more selfish and ruling. It can be like this. I'm talking about opposites. And if the sweet and caring can learn from the ruler, they will be able to be sweet and caring towards the people that actually need this, and they will be able to rule and set boundaries against people that need this. The person that rules and are in it for themselves, if they get a heart, they will be able to do exactly the same. Both people become whole. So this is why we are together and relate to other, because we learn from one another and we then become whole. So if you have a person that's very communicative and maybe being able to manipulate authority and getting their will through, that might be where you need to learn. Or we'll see the story with the Page of Wands here, talking about you. And here we have the Fate card. So the Fate card is usually about family, culture, tradition. So it seems like your next mission will be inside a family or solving a family issue. It's like we have gone back in time here, because I have been reading this reading for almost a little bit more than a year. And first it was a lot about love, but in the later part I have felt it more to become about family. So I think each and every one of us is going more and more back to what happened in our original family. It's like a big clean out, a big purge of all the traumas and pain. So we just will see it and fix it and become whole. I think this is very wonderful. But the 5 Fate card comes with a lot of problems. It's connected to all the 5s. 5 of Swords, 5 of Cups, 5 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles. A lot of where there's struggle between people, or one trying to win over the other, or one trying to throw out the other in the cold, or one stealing, crushing the heart from the other person, and a lot of things going on, disappointment and things. And this is what happens when we are in a family. It's how we learn. It's the 5 Fate card is connected to the 14, the Alchemist. 1 + 4 is 5. So you need to have this process with mingling fire and water, mingling two opposite opinions or two opposite ways of seeing different things, and make it a whole, so you have a new experience to put into your library. The Fate, it's culture, traditions, it's all our human knowledge. It's how we have learned to deal with one another, how we have learned to live in a family together. So it might be infested with a lot of patterns, like one sibling has this role and the other this role, the father this, the mother this, yes, different things. And it's hard to detach from our roles that's given to us by our family. But the Page of Wands and the Page of Swords is kind of the revolutionary children. So the family or its tradition might be in jeopardy here. Here we have a Queen of Cups, really centered, and that's rather interesting, because I just did the Aries reading and I got a King of Cups and a Queen of Coins, and I just said that it would be better, it was better this way, that there was the King of Cups and the Queen of Coins, because then because if it would have been the King of Coins, I said, this would have been like a person being very masculine, taking care of everything, and being like this masculine arrow, working, dealing with, fixing the light bulb, fixing the car, but not really having a heart. So being very masculine, it's a little bit lopsided. And with the Queen of Cups, if the mother is like this in a family with these children here, too emotional, because the female stands for the emotion. When it was Queen of Coins, she was emotional but also grounded. So she was grounded in self-love and taking care of things. But here you have a polarity, like one person is being very masculine and the other one is being very feminine. The Coins Earth is of course a female, but it's still when a masculine person rules Earth. In nowadays, when we have patriarchal structure in our human culture, it's very much about owning things and ruling over things, and maybe not sharing things, instead of what King of Coins should be, a lot of with abundance and sharing of the female earth resources, not just storing them for oneself. So it's not talking about King of Coins being like a she person, it's just talking about our culture. So it seems like you might have had like an absent father and a very maybe an over emotional mother. So maybe you got a very lopsided and like how your parents treated you were not very balanced. Okay. And here we have an Ace of Wands joining these two, King of Coins and Queen of Cups right now, with the Ace of Wands that's pure fire, and Page of Wands is pure fire. So it might be that you need to do something about this imbalance inside of yourself. It seems to be your mission here, Ace of Wands. It's like you need to give yourself balance and justice and putting your soul first and maybe finding a way to fix this. That's it's a little bit more responsibility on you here. Yes, Ten of Wands, very much responsibility. It's like you're totally alone with this. You have found some way of agreement, but you still don't feel, you don't feel the support. You feel that you're a little bit alone with all this Ace of Wands to Ten of Wands. Like it's the hero's road with the wands, but you are the only hero here in town, so it's too much on you, to be frank. Too much, and it might be that you're suppressing again communication. You might say a few things, but you need to say more here. It's more things that need to be told. And we can see here also that there's a little bit parting. Even if this is you, this might also, as I said, be like a family pattern, and then it seems like this group is one group and you are alone here with the divine, kind of, because you have the Six of Swords aligning with yourself, the world. You feel very connected with the divine. 5 Faith card. You can deal with human culture as well, but it's like this is between you and this, if this is a family structure. So it's like you're standing a little bit alone. And we can see this also when you are trying to mix with this family. When your fire is here, it's a lot of negotiation, and it's a lot about like trying to get your voice heard or get your will through. And it seems a little bit like you need to struggle a lot to make this happen. Okay, so that was in your now. With the Queen of Cups, she's not only an over-emotional mother here, of course. It's about your heart. So if your inner mother is over-emotional, I think you need to align with her and give her the strength to fight this fight through and to get recognition for her emotions. That will put her in authority. And that would probably help the King of Coins to get a heart. So I think this is what you need to do. Give your heart authority. Decide that whatever your heart wants is what you're going to get. And here is the future for you, Leo. And we have a 7 of Coins. So 7 of Coins, I think we saw this earlier. It also came in the Aries reading. So 7 of Coins, you're waiting for something. You're waiting for some kind of harvest. You're waiting for your ships to come in. You're waiting for something to mature. You're waiting maybe for the right timing to do something. Waiting for the right moment in time. Because you're a skilled farmer here, and you know that everything needs to have time to mature. And it might be talking about a Page of Swords, like one of your siblings. It might also be a husband or a wife here that needs time to mature. It's talking a little bit about male spiritual growth here. 5 Faith card is male spiritual growth. 2 High Priestess is female spiritual growth. This is the male side of you growing into fruitation. And here you have a 3 of Swords, so this is very painful for you. It's like you're being stuck with something to wait for someone that's not as fully grown as you. We can see this, you being so in tune with the divine. 21 is also 2 + 1 is 3. So it's something with this. It's like you are a little bit orphan, having no mother. 3, 5, no father to support you, because they have too much imbalances. and this is very hurtful for you because you're standing very alone. And it might be a tearing three-party relationship, maybe with another sibling regarding a female entity. It might also be like a three-party relationship with a Cancer person, or Scorpio, or Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Sorry. Yeah, okay, so, and here we have a 6 of coins. So that's connecting a little bit to Libra. For some of you, you might wait for a Libra person to open their heart, or to leave a Queen, a Cancer person, or Water person, or Earth person. It might be like this. We have Earth here, 6 of coins. Balance. For you are waiting for the other side. Either it's your partner, your family or friends or whatever, to take their part of their responsibility. So it's like you're leaving space here and just waiting with a little bit sad anticipation for other people to also do their fair share, so you don't have to be so overwhelmed. And here you have a 6 of cups. So you have now the 3 sixes. That's 3 of the 6s. That's very good. 6 of cups is reconciliation. Some of you might be going through a healing process. This is children, with your father, or with an Earth person, or with a husband-like person in your life. Ace of Wands, new beginning, healing. 6 of coins, friendship and love. Playing on equal terms, given equally much, sharing the commitment, sharing the connection. So it's very beautiful. And we see here 21 World, Queen of Cups, 6 of Cups, the heart wins. So that's very beautiful. And the last card is King of Swords. So there might have been some suppressed communication with a king in your life. King might mean like a person being a prominent part of your life, maybe an authority in some sort. It might be a female or a male. King of Swords is usually Aquarius. It might be Gemini or Libra as well. So there might have been some partner up here that ended, and maybe it's going to come back. And we are seeing that there's a lot of sadness into this and a lot of waiting, but eventually 3 months from from 16th of September, the King of Swords might show up in your life. Page of Swords, Ace of Wands, King of Swords, they might have gotten a clue about what's their life goal, and they want to make a reconciliation. This might be you also installing a father figure inside of you, someone that's can judge for you and not letting you overdo things to please others. It might be a father figure inside of you, like an archetype that's seeing to that things become fair. So we need to give justice to ourselves. There's no one else going to give this to us. If we think a situation is unjust, we need to take the steps to fix it, to balance it. And this person is very balanced. So to the brink of over control. So watch out for that. Because you have the 10 of Wands here, so we don't want you to overdo things. I want you to use this thing to protect you, instead of making you your body a slave under the logic. Because we have here your heart winning over the logic, but here the logic might win everything back. So be careful of that. Don't close your heart. Just protect yourself and your own body. Okay, so nice, Leo. Not so much, well, a little bit pain. 3 of Swords and 10 of Wands. A lot of pressure on you, feeling a lot alone with all the responsibilities. But they seem to be able to share things, both with a family, especially with the family, but also with other aspects, all the things I have been talking about. Husband, partners, friends. This is your past. Leo. And we have the Libra sign here again, also the yin and yang. So this with balance is very important here. And this tree, it's about you. It's about listening to all things inside of you. This is a little bit, it's a robin. It's a very spiritual bird. It has this beautiful connection with the divine, as you also have, Leo. So trust yourself and make balance in your life. That will be for benefit of all. And this is what you have been dealing with in the past, trying to make this balance, trying to listen inwardly towards yourself. So you have been very successful at this, as we saw here. And this is your future mission, Leo. And we have the Ace of Wands again. You need to put yourself and your needs first. If other people don't want to cooperate in some kind of healing project, you kind of need to make them. This is hard, but this is like spring. Something is growing, so it's very beautiful. And I think you are struggling with moral. You want to follow moral with human laws. You don't want to be like overwhelming or making people feeling guilty or other things, but you really need to communicate on the behalf of your inner child and make things better for this entity. It's your mission. It's your soul's mission. So Ace of Wands is creating a new beginning for you. It's maturity, a new start with love, maybe reconciliation. Don't take too much responsibility this time. Share it. We have the sun here. That's your planet, kind of, Leo. Also have the moon there. And a very proud deer. Pride. Take pride in yourself. Stand by yourself, like we saw with the Six of Wands, the victory card. You got the torch now, so you need to lead people here. You can't take this little silent, spectator just being here and not taking part. You need to step forward and be proud of what you know and what you can share with other people. Okay. So, my dear Leo, I hope this helped. I want you to take really good care, and I hope to see you again in the middle of September. Okay, bye-bye.